What's going on, everyone? MikeO back. Got a fun video here today. Got some pretty sweet stuff to show off and maybe a little lesson for collectors out there. We'll see. We'll see what we get out of this one. Anyway, got a small stack of cards here, some football, some baseball, and basically these are things that were buried in the back bottom of a closet, and some of the things I knew I had, and there's one big card that just escaped my mind somehow, some way. Totally forgot I owned it. So let's take a look at some stuff, and it just kind of goes to show that when you collect for a while and you collect a lot and collect often, sometimes things just kind of get shoved in an area that you don't go through that often, and sometimes you can find some hidden gems from your own collection. You know, the hobby is something that right now is, I guess you could borderline say, is out of control price-wise, so it gets a little more difficult to go out there and make purchases, but sometimes you just have to enjoy what you have. So let's take a look. We'll start with some football and then work our way over to the baseball, but we got a Tony Gonzalez rookie. Now, I knew I had this. This is just a Bowman's Best rookie from, was it 97, I believe he was. 97 and 98 did a lot of football and unfortunately did not keep most of it. I used to have a pretty solid stack of Randy Moss and Peyton Manning rookies. Every time I see the prices for those 98 Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome Peyton Mannings, I kind of shake my head a little bit because I had a lot and unfortunately did not keep them. But I kept a few Tony Gonzalez because he's one of my brother's favorite players. I know this card is creeped up in price, and this Topps Chrome rookie, just awesome looking. Always really enjoyed this, and in my opinion, hands down the greatest tight end in Chiefs history. So, you know, the last few weeks of the football season when you kept hearing about Travis Kelsey, I'm thinking, let's make a case for him to be the best in the franchise history before you start talking about him in NFL history. And Travis Kelsey is an excellent player, hell of a receiver, but I don't know. To me, not the complete package as a tight end. Fantastic receiver, obviously puts up incredible numbers there in that offense, but, I mean, Tony Gonzalez, I don't know, just a bigger Tony Gonzalez fan, I guess. Here's a card I just found thrown in the box, and it, you know, first glance, it doesn't look like a big deal. Bowman Chrome, Tom Brady, but it is a 2002 second-year card because he had the 2000 and then nothing in 2001. And I looked up, and I'm pretty certain raw this card is around $150, and if it grades high, it can be exponentially more. So it's probably a card I bought for $1 or $2 at some point. Obviously, it's taken off. Got a few Lamar Jackson rookies. This is a regular Donruss. And then Donruss Optic. This is a bronze parallel. I believe these were retail only. I remember hitting this in I think it was a mega box that I broke on the channel. So, pretty cool. And did not really realize, I mean, I knew I had this at one point. I didn't remember I kept it. Green parallel of Lamar Jackson from Prism. I know I had the base that I sold dirt cheap during a live sale at some point, like for $5-6, something like that. But pretty cool. Got a few Deshaun Watsons. You're hearing a lot about him. He'll get a lot of play. Depending on where he ends up, you might see a little spike in his stuff. This is a select rookie. And then an Optic. So these are obviously all raw. Josh Allen, honestly, didn't remember I kept one of these. I know I broke some Prism back a few years ago. I mean, Prism was really never a big deal until the last year or two, football-wise. Obviously, basketball the last couple years. But, I mean, you could find the value packs, like the 3 packs that came with a red, white, and blue pack. I mean, those things would sit around for weeks on end. And the blasters, I remember just occasionally just buying a pack here or there to open. So, cool Josh Allen. Now we get to Patrick Mahomes, and this is where one of the big ones will pop up. This is just a great expectations. I remember having it, didn't remember if I kept it. 2017 certified cuts. Great expectations. I'm not sure offhand if this is a big card or not, but I tend to imagine all his rookie year stuff are up there. The Optic Rookies, I knew I had 2 left. I had purchased 3 of these week 1 in 2018. And because I had broken a few boxes the year before and didn't hit any, was always high on Mahomes. And so I bought 3 of them on Sport Lots for like $5 a piece. I sold one of them before last year's Super Bowl, or after last year's Super Bowl when he won his first Super Bowl. And I forget, the market got flooded. So I think I got like $60 or $80. I don't remember. Like for a $5 purchase, I did well, but where the prices jumped from there, obviously sold a little low, but I still have 2 of them, which is obviously cool. Now here's where it gets interesting, because I had commented recently on a few videos being like, I can't believe I missed out on the Prism card, people showing it off. And like, I honestly didn't remember having this card. I remember wanting to pick it up. I remember thinking about it. I purchased this card, the Prism Rookie, because when I saw it, I was like, my head like just, I wish I filmed the reaction. I was just like in shock, like what the hell? I looked up to see where the hell did I buy it, because I, at the time, recently I've been surprised that I didn't even end up having one, and I looked it up and I found that I purchased it at a live auction at a sports card shop for $30. And this was, at this point, a year and a half ago, something like that. So obviously that turned out to be a very good purchase. Awesome card. I'm assuming that, I have to look at it a little closer. The fact that I didn't send it off right away makes me believe that I didn't think it would be a 10, that it would probably be a 9, and I just kept it raw. Obviously, at this point, I wish I would have just sent it off, because one, PSA absolutely didn't used to be as strict as they are now. There's no doubt about that, no argument about that. Plus the fact that the prices have gone up. The fact that this card has risen dramatically in price, means you'll pay even more for it, and of course you have to wait longer. So should have sent it off a couple years ago, but what's done is done. But, I mean, just an epic find when you're not expecting to come across a Patrick Mahomes Prism Rookie. That's pretty big time. All right, some baseball stuff. Nothing that shocked me, but still cool to find. Randy Rosarina. I knew I had this card because I remember at the time it wasn't a big card. It was probably going for like $15 or something. But I remember being like, all right, this guy's got some talent. Could be a really good player. It's black parallel numbered to 75. So it certainly wasn't going to be something I'd sell. I just put it in with my autograph collection. And then back when he was crushing it during the playoffs, I remember thinking, man, I got to dig and find that card. So that's pretty cool. Definitely awesome to come across that one. Here's a card, honestly, I didn't know much about. I looked it up. This guy's become a pretty highly touted prospect for the Mariners. Marte. This is a purple refractor auto numbered to 250. I think this is like 350 to 400 right now, even raw, which is mind-blowing considering, clearly didn't play baseball last year. But great find, and the purple refractor actually works pretty well with the Mariners uniforms. I understand they don't wear purple. They wear a darker navy blue, but it still blends in pretty well. So great find there. That's why first Bowman autos, when you hit them, just put them away. I mean, you can look, if you get the, pitcher that's 30 years old, feel free to move it for $2 because the odds of them becoming a big deal, pretty low, but offensive players, just put them away. That's the way I do it. So I knew I had these. Again, another regret not just sending things off to be graded, just kind of held these. One of these was pack pulled because I did one jumbo case of Tops. I guess this was Series 2 back in 2018, and I did get one Gleyber Torres and one Acuna. And I remember that Acuna had a little something. I think if you look at, there you go, a little white there on the corner. So I did not send it in. I sent the Gleyber in and did hit a 10 on that, which is nice. The other one I picked up at a local card show, so I think I paid like $50 or something like that, and did pretty well. And this one is, pretty nice. Honestly, Once again, should have sent it in a few years ago. A few years ago, I probably had a shot at a 10. More likely a 9, but maybe a 10. And at this point, with the way things go, who knows, maybe a 9 and an 8, something like that. Also, again, rising prices, longer wait times. So it really does pay to get your stuff graded. Maybe it's a little bit like vintage, the longer you wait, you're not really doing yourself any favors. Today's high prices could be next year's bargains. So, but 2 Acuñas, so that's pretty cool. And then a pair of Mike Trouts that I purchased at an auction. So I got a Bowman Chrome and a Bowman Chrome Draft, a couple rookies. Once again, I think I remember at the time like toying with sending them in. And I was like, these are pretty solid. They're probably 9s, but maybe not 10s. And would have been better off sending them in, no doubt about that. Honestly, now I think this entire stack of stuff is likely to go in, or at least most of it, just because it just pays. I mean, with the way the market's gone, with the premium PSA brings, I mean, even if they're 9s and some 8s in here, you're going to be doing pretty well. It's definitely worth it. And if you did want to move any of these, which I'm not really looking to move anything, but in the future, I do think it would help. For me, I use various grading sources. I'm a big fan of SGC, but obviously PSA right now is king in the hobby. At least for now, things do change. Things can change, but I don't see any monumental movement with that anytime soon. But a lot of options. You got some of the new guys coming in like CSG and HGA. I think there are some interesting options as well. But hey, I just thought I'd share with you. If you got stuff you're on the fence about grading, I don't know that I would wait, because honestly, the longer you wait, the longer you might have to wait to get it back. And more than likely, if you do eventually get it graded, you'll be paying a premium. I have a lot of cheaper stuff that I could have sent off 6 months ago and saved a substantial amount of money if I didn't wait to send stuff off, because the prices just keep going up as the hobby continues to get more and more popular. Even with competitors coming in, that's just going to lead to more and more people wanting to submit across the board. You're going to see prices rise, in my opinion, at least for the foreseeable future, both in cost to get stuff graded and, probably in a lot of the resale prices as well. So just thought I would share some of my sweet finds. Definitely some hidden gems, always amazing to come through stuff. And I definitely have some boxes of commons that I would like to go through one of these days. And, you never know. I don't expect to find anything exceptional in there, but you never know when you'll find some $5, $10, and $20 cards. It's always fun. All right, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.